Okay, hi everybody, I'm Sheila. I'm the Education Outreach and Diversity Officer here at the Royal Astronomical Society. I'm joined here by two of the different groups, three people, but two of the different groups of the winners of RAS200 second tranche. Steve Miller just announced the 5 winners for this year. So if you want to know more about the other organisations that have won, please do look at our website and other publications. So I'm going to ask everyone to introduce themselves, and then they can talk a little bit about the award and what they're going to do with the money. So off to Fantastic.
Hi, I'm Fran. I'm CEO of Bounce Back, and we work in prisons. And do you want me to tell me about them?
We'll go round first,
okay,
and then
perfect.
you can.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Hi, I'm Amelia and I'm from Girl Guiding.
And I'm Ingrid and I'm also from Bounce Back.
Okay, so can you tell us what Bounce Back is?
Yes, Bounce Back trains and employs people who've been in prison. So we train in prisons, we train about 60 people a day, mainly in the construction arena. And then as soon as they come out, we give them a job in our own business, which is a painting and decorating business, or we put them into work in other construction companies. And so our focus is really on getting people jobs so they don't reoffend and so we can stop reoffending.
And where do you plan to spend the RS200 money?
Well, this was a really exciting opportunity to help prisoners look at things very differently in every way. And what we wanted to do is broaden the opportunity for them to think outside the cell, outside their walls, and outside their normal communities when they come out. Because often they're in prison and their lives become very small and narrowed by the experience. And this was a fantastic opportunity to spend the money with. We're going to bring virtual reality into prisons. Some of the new prisons have it, but the Victorian prisons that we're in Wandsworth and Brixton particularly, don't have it. And we can bring virtual reality in, so we can use that to show them a lot more about everything that this money can bring us.
Okay, brilliant, fantastic. And Amelia, can you tell us a bit more about Girl Guiding and what the money might help towards?
So we're the leading charity for girls and young women in the UK. And so there's obviously rainbows, brownies, guides, and the senior section. So it's across all ranges of young women throughout the UK. So our project that we're going to use the grant for is Reaching for Stars, and it's split up into different elements. And it's for girls aged 5 right through to 25, so it's a broad range. And basically, primarily, we're wanting to get girls interested in these STEM subjects and to engage them and motivate them in these topics. So we'll be having fun sort of activities and talks at our national events with leaders in the area, and so to sort of hopefully pique their interest in planetary science and astronomy. And then also we're setting up a volunteer scheme with RAS Fellows to hopefully motivate the young girls to see these leaders in action and sort of have sort of reciprocal relationship like that. And we also have another element which is still yet to be released.
Okay,
still confidential.
So there are more secrets to come. Excellent. So you can see that out of these two organisations, we are broadening our diversity in as many ways as possible. We understand that astronomy and geophysics is so important in inspiring different kinds of people into doing STEM subjects, different ages, different backgrounds, and it's just really, really important. Ingrid, would you like to add anything? Not wanting to put you on the spot at all. That's what we've got. there must be, yeah.
Well, we're also the sort of lasting component which we're hoping to bring, as well as bringing the VR sets in, is also that we want to create a kind of well, there's actually a few things. We want to create a kind of structure which will leave a kind of lasting place, which will be placed within the prison, which again is the idea is for it to sort of pique people's interest. They look at that, they think about it, they contemplate it. You know, unfortunately, they spend a lot of time on lockdown. They have a lot of time to think and to reflect, and you know, instead of potentially thinking and reflecting upon how terrible their life has become, it gives something else to maybe think and reflect upon, and maybe start that sort of spark that can get them interested in pursuing or you know, exploring this field, which is brilliant. And then we're also redecorating hopefully redecorating the Brixton Visitor Centre, so where the family come in and the children, and you know, this visiting can be a very traumatic experience. And what we want to do with this money, one of the things we want to do is to redefine what that experience can be and use it actually as an opportunity instead, because when you're having this, you know, when you're a small kid going into prison, but you look around, can you imagine it, and you see these wallpapers we want to make, these astronomical wallpapers which the prisoners are going to take part in creating and designing. When they look up and they see that, you know, in a way you're not in a prison because you don't expect to see that in a prison. And you go somewhere else. And not only is it turning what can be quite a difficult, traumatic moment into something a bit different, it also can be potentially planting the seed, because many children of prisoners will go down difficult paths themselves by virtue of the fact they have parents in prison. But education is one of the brilliant ways out of that, and to prevent someone from going into a life like that. So if you can plant that seed in their head as well,
there's a knock on.
So you know, something interesting can really come from this. So there's a few components to what we're doing. I'm really not even sure if we've covered everything. But basically, bringing space into prison. You know, it's called Beyond Prison Wall because it's two things that seem almost, you know, oxymoronic to go together. When you think of prison, you don't think of space, you think of confined space. You know what I mean? And then when you think about the vastness of the, you know, the galaxy and the universe, it's just a really interesting thing, and we're so excited to sort of see where it goes. That's it really. I'm very passionate about this actually.
Well, that's perfect. We're passionate about the astronomy and the geophysics, and you guys are passionate about the audiences. And I think, like you mentioned, RAS fellows. So if there are any RAS fellows watching, please do keep informed and in touch with the projects and get involved as much as possible. We've got the projects from the last few years that have been running very successfully, and we are going to get all the winners together at some point in the near future. I haven't told you yet, but and it's such an exciting project. We've also, you will be working with external evaluators so that we can see how the project evolves over the next 5 years for everybody and as a whole. And I think that's a really important thing to see. I'm sure you all do your own feedback evaluation as well, but having a global evaluator is going to be really interesting. So we're going to disseminate all that information in 2022, way past our bicentennial, but it will be a really important document, I think, for future public engagement as well. And there'll be a whole new group of people that are excited about astronomy and geophysics. Definitely. Fantastic. The other groups that have got the money are a team in Galway, a team in Cornwall, and the Royal RNIB, so Institute for the Blind, who are going to be working with Glasgow Science Centre to make tactile universes for people who are visually impaired. And again, if you want more information, do have a look at our website and get in touch with the RAS via social media or email, and we can put you all in touch. And that's pretty much all we have to say today. Is there anything else that you wanted to highlight or excite us about? Well, watch the space for the second announcement. So, congratulations again to all the second tranche RAS200 winners, and do keep in touch with us about the future and everything that's going to happen. So thank you for taking part today. There we go.